And Robel, talk to us about Amhara and what you think their position is here, knowing that a number of constituencies in that state were also kept out of this election. Do you think the government has undermined the opposition there, or is the opposition there to blame for its own kind of fragmentation and lack of strong representation?
Thank you, Andrea. What transpired on Monday was more of a simulation of democracy because the current reality in Ethiopia couldn't be the furthest thing from it. And to understand this, if we just look at the Abiy Ahmed administration's human rights record, it is among the worst worldwide. So as an example, in the Amhara region, which has faced more than 5 years of armed conflict, and over the last 3, with involvement of state forces under Ahmed's Oromo Prosperity Party regime, we've seen daily atrocities. Last month, the Limcan Institute issued an active genocide alert, calling Ahmed's war on the Amhara people genocidal. And our own organization has recorded over 370 aerial strikes by state forces targeting health centers, schools, homes, sites of worship, and other civilian targets, resulting in thousands of casualties. A recent BBC report from a small sample of health centers identified thousands of cases of rape in Amhara, with the majority of cases implicating state forces. And then last week, we had the Safeguarding Health and Conflict Coalition releasing a report that revealed escalating attacks on healthcare. UNICEF has reported over 9 million children out of school across the country, with half of that figure coming from Amhara. And then in neighboring Oromia, attacks have continued against ethnic Amhara and Orthodox Christian communities, including on election day when there was an active massacre taking place in the RC area, implicating local militants. And then in the Welega area, you have ongoing attacks and siege-like conditions by federal and Oromia region forces. So there's a very, very serious human rights crisis. There's a lack of political pluralism, no freedom of expression, a closed civic space, no free press. You have thousands of people arrested for their Amhara identity, political beliefs, or in some cases, no stated reason at all. And among them are opposition figures, members of parliament, independent journalists, civil society leaders who face very severe abuses.
Robel, then, Amhara conflict aside, what do you worry about as far as the national interest is concerned, and what Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed might do with what they claim to be national interest?
Thank you, Andrea. We've actually seen, I think, a very clear message from the Ethiopian public. We've seen protests over the past 2 months across over 50 cities and towns in 10 countries, including Ethiopia, denouncing the election under the slogan, "No ballots while bullets fly." So was there an election? Technically, yes. Was it a democratic one that was free and fair? Absolutely not. Will Ahmed gain a mandate to transform the country? Well, the trend of the past few years says not for the better. If it's anything like what happened after the 2021 elections, we could see a worsening of Ethiopia's existing problems. And I think it's very important to note that at the moment, Ahmed is a destabilizing actor and a proxy of the United Arab Emirates under Mohammed bin Zayed. So he is actually acting as an agent, not only just to destabilize Ethiopia, but even neighboring countries. In recent months, we saw very credible reports of RSF training facilities in Ethiopia being managed by the Ethiopian National Defense Force to intensify and worsen the civil conflict in neighboring Sudan. You had an MOU with Somaliland, which triggered tensions with Somalia. You have increasing tension with Eritrea. So Abiy is really a force of instability in the country and in the broader region. And unfortunately, he is being enabled by the UAE and other patrons. So it's very, very critical for the international community to step in to address the destabilizing role of the UAE through Abiy as a proxy in the region.
Okay.